Who's your favorite random alien background character, Glup Shitto type?
Oh, God, Matt. I have so many.
I know. One.
Do you know how many I have?
The Force of Others, a Star Wars podcast.
Hello there, and welcome to The Force of Others. I'm Matt Beutner, and today I have a very, very special guest, Sam, a.k.a. the Jawa Den on Instagram. Go give him a follow. Check out all of his lore videos and his lore posts and just his lore. It's good stuff. I met Sam last year in the Explore the Force live Star Wars trivia show, which was so awesome. We went to 6 overtimes. I'll put that link in the doobly-doo below. Highly recommend checking that out. Can confirm Sam is one of the biggest Star Wars nerds that I know, maybe even bigger than me. But and we proved that because we give him another trivia gauntlet that longtime fans of the show will get what we're doing. But all that being said, it's a great interview, and let's get to it.
In The Matrix Reloaded, the bodyguard program Seraph says you can never truly know someone until you fight them. Now, I haven't fought Sam, but we have competed in Star Wars trivia, and as nerds go, like, what better crucible of war can you have? Not only did we fight, we went to 6 overtimes, which as far as I know, that had never happened on Explore the Force, and I didn't even win. I won on a technicality, because I was closer.
You got me, yeah.
I was closer to when the holiday special came out, and the only reason that I knew that was we had just watched that movie for the first time earlier that year. But shout out Explore the Force, and shout out Sam.
Big shout out.
Sam, a.k.a. the Jawa Den on Instagram. Go subscribe to his Instagram page and go subscribe to his YouTube page, which is a new thing that you have, right?
It's coming up. I'm working on some other YouTube stuff. TikTok, too, all over TikTok. And yeah, oh my gosh, shout out to Explore the Force. November 17th is officially ingrained in my mind. I will never let myself live that down. I know the date now, and it's going nowhere, so I really hope I get that question again at some point in my life so I can be like, yeah, I know that one.
You have to. Well, later on, we're not going to have a trivia challenge per se, but I'm going to ask you 2 questions that I have gotten wrong on this show, which until Explore the Force gets around to doing trivia again, and we can go on there and have a rematch of rematches, it's very likely you will ace both these questions. I'll be like, okay, that counts. But anywho, welcome to the show, man. How are you?
Thank you, dude.
We're a month into 2026. So how's your new year so far?
So far, it's been really great. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Going out and enjoying life. I'm finishing up school, so I've been busy with that, busy with work, but got the Star Wars stuff going on. 2026 has been good. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you. I wish Zach could have joined us, but I'm super excited to be with you. It's been way overdue, and I'm so glad I finally get the chance to come on because I love the pod and love your content. Man. So I appreciate it.
Well, and I'm going to be so honest. I had no clue who you were before we did the trivia thing.
That was pretty early when I started. I started my page in January of last year. So I don't even think I have like a set. I would have to look. I probably already passed my 1 year. Yeah, I definitely passed my 1 year page anniversary. I probably should have been on that, but kind of took off. It happened quick, and now I'm doing all this stuff. I'm getting to meet some really cool people. I'm trying to start my own pod here soon, so I'm trying to get that going. Just trying to soak it all up. It's been really fun. It's such a fun thing to do on the side, and it's so rewarding. Our community is so great, and there's so many great people. So, yeah.
We were talking about it off mic, but there are so many more Star Wars content creators than I was ever aware of.
Yeah, sure is.
It's wild. Yeah. But keep doing it, man. The world...
I appreciate it.
I don't want to say the world needs, because there's bigger problems that the world has than Star Wars. But the more positive Star Wars voices that are out there are great, especially nowadays.
Yeah, so I totally agree. So, So many of us, and so many of us. I have friends everywhere.
There you go. Well done. Sneak it in. But so speaking of all the Star Wars stuff, how are you feeling about that Maul Shadowlord trailer? Time recording,
my gosh, dude.
January 31st. I don't know when this episode's going to come out, just by the way. But,
no, that's fine.
But how do you feel about that trailer?
God, am I excited. I mean, you got to realize that, like, I grew up with, like, the Clone Wars and that Clone Wars animation. Like, that's a big part of my childhood. So, like, seeing how far it's come from, like, the Clone Wars to the Bad Batch to the Tales series, and now we get this really, like, unique blend of, like, the Clone Wars animated style, and it's, like, has its own, I don't know if you've seen, like, the animation that's using on Maul Shadowlord, but it's, like, it's so cool. It's, like, the hand-painted stuff and the glass, and it's just so cool. And Maul's such an amazing character that I've grown up with. So I have a lot of thoughts on Maul Shadowlord, and I'm super excited to see that when it finally comes out April 6th, I believe.
Yes.
So I'm super excited. Yeah.
And then I get this is such a stupid negative thing to say about it, but with the finale coming out on May the 4th, I was like, oh, that probably means we're not getting a Tales of show this year. That's
you know what? That's a great point. I didn't think about that.
We're getting an amazing, what looks like an absolutely amazing show. But,
but I love Tales too. Tales is so cool.
Fun.
It's so unique. So I was looking for. I was like, is it going to be Tales of I'm hoping for Tales of the Sith next, personally.
Absolutely.
But I'd love like I'll take whatever I can get. You know what I mean? Dare I say, I might be more excited for Maul Shadowlord than Mandalorian and Grogu, which is that might be a hot take, but I don't know, because it's been so long since I've seen Star Wars in theaters. Besides we went to see the Phantom Menace anniversary, but I didn't make it to the Revenge of the Sith one when that came out, which was too bad. But
it was fun. I went. The only bad thing about it was this dude 2 seats down from me was just basically quoting the whole last half of the movie. And I was kind of like, I looked over and I was like, my man, we've all seen it. Can we just enjoy the movie right now?
Yeah.
Anyway, but you know, it is what it is. But I don't even think it's that spicy of a take. I've seen lots of people say that Shadowlord is their most anticipated thing.
It's almost like it's an easy thing for people to get excited about. Like, of course, it's people love Maul, and it's like it's cool animation. It's cool. It looks sick. Like, it's like the Maul Shadowlord, and it's like, it's Darth Maul. Everyone's gonna love it, and I'm so excited for all the characters. I did a trailer breakdown last week after the trailer dropped, and there's so many little Easter eggs in it. I wasn't prepared for. I mean, I knew like the Inquisitors were going to be in it too, but to see like Marok come back, I love Marok. So, and I think it's the 11th brother. The Beak one. I'm trying to remember. I think it's the 11th. Or no, 13th.
Well, because they changed it.
They did change it.
So
that is something that I love the Ahsoka book. So so that retcon is.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There's worse things in the world than that.
Yeah. Well, there's a wider conversation going on just kind of on Star Wars Instagram and just kind of Star Wars in general. I keep seeing this pop up over and over and over again, just the nature of continuity. This has nothing to do with anything else we're going to talk about today, but I'm curious because you are a living, breathing, walking, talking Star Wars encyclopedia.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's the goal. I love it.
But how do you feel? How do you feel about the Dave Filoni approach to campfire storytelling? Right, where he allows there to be differences. How do you feel about that?
I saw this today. I'm someone who really appreciates the continuity of it. I think that's what binds Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars is a massive franchise. It has all these stories coming from film to TV to books, all the publishing media, video games, and everything in between. There's millions of stories. Of course, there's going to be some continuity issues. I think the Disney reset with continuity was very well needed. Legends was a mess. People forget about that. But at the same time, Star Wars, I mean, it literally says it in the title, like it's a galaxy far, far away. We're looking, these are like stories being retold. And when a story is like the Ahsoka thing, for instance, in Tales of the Jedi versus the Ahsoka book, like those are small differences. Or another one is Kanan with Order 66 and the Bad Batch versus the Kanan comic. And I loved the Kanan comic. So when the Bad Batch came out and it was a different story about how Order 66 happened, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. But I don't think it's the biggest issue when the result is kind of the same. Like, it's not really making that much of a difference, but I really like, having a set canonity. I think Star Wars, this is something that I'm a big fan of Star Wars Visions.
Yeah.
I think Star Wars should get more adventurous when it comes to making stories that are outside of canon. All the Vision stories are non-canon as up to this point, so what we know. And I think that opens up so much creative room to tell these stories, and I can really appreciate that. And I'm a huge Legends fan too.
Yeah.
As big as it gets. I'm not a Legends purist. I love the canon we have too. But I love Legends, but they have their place. You know what I mean? You're not bringing Starkiller into canon and making it make sense. You know what I mean? He's perfect. He's perfect where he is, and we can still go and enjoy those stories and appreciate them being where they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I retweet. Agreed.
Retweet, yeah.
On all accounts. Because it's something I think I might have at the time of recording just commented with someone on something on Instagram. I don't even remember anymore. But I like at the end of the day, there is no other franchise that I know about that attempts what Star Wars does. That has this many movies and TV shows and comics and novels and video games and reference books that are all at least quote unquote attempted to be in cohesive continuity. Nobody does that. The MCU isn't in continuity with however many years we've had of Marvel Comics, right?
Nope.
So,
The scale of the Star Wars universe is absolutely mind-boggling, and that's what I want. The thing when I really got into started getting to Star Wars lore, I started editing on Wikipedia. I'm a big Wikipedia fan.
Yeah, right on.
I think it's like the best fandom wiki there is.
Yes.
There's like over 200,000 unique pages. Like the scale of the Star Wars universe is absurd. I mean, even if you look at other franchises, like I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan in Middle Earth, and like that has lore upon lore and lore, but there's not as many. Like Star Wars has a million different stories. They're not all going to line up perfectly, even within the same canonity. But we have people at Lucasfilm whose jobs are to be lore experts. That we have people that their job is to be people that's like my dream job, by the way. But like like an author will go to them and does this work in this timeline? Like can I bring this character in? So I think by the sheer amount that there is in Star Wars, I think we do a pretty good job at keeping it as neat as we can. It's not going to be perfect, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I can also understand like with Tales of the Jedi or the Bad Batch with the Kanan stuff, like the publishing. I love the publishing material in Star Wars, but I think most casual fans aren't engaging with that stuff as much. So if you want to bring it in and tell it in a different way, like. Those are good stories. I'd love to see it like play out exactly on screen, but I understand that might not happen sometimes. So,
yeah. Well, as Star Wars fans, we always want it to line up perfectly.
Yes.
But that's all neither here nor there. Well, speaking of all of your encyclopedia knowledge and your Instagram page, which is one of my favorite, one of my favorite Instagram lore pages that exists, like, period.
I appreciate it.
It's so good. Go check out the Jawa Den. If you're not on Instagram, make an Instagram page. So make an account so that you can go check out the Jawa Den. But Zach wanted to ask you this question, actually. Is there, in all the posts that you've made for your account on Instagram, is there any piece of lore or any character that you learned about that like sticks out to you as like your new favorite piece of information that you found?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I know that's hard.
Yeah, let me think for a minute. There's so many, and like one thing I love doing like a couple different things on my page. Like I really like doing like character showcases, which are just like, which are highlighting like one, like it's usually someone pretty obscure, you know what I mean? Someone that I think's interesting that other people might appreciate too. And I like to get into legends a little bit with that because there's some wacky stories in legends. It gets really weird. But I also like to do like just posts that highlight like certain events in Star Wars or certain lore. Gosh, I'm trying to think of like one exact one that I can refer to. Let me look on my Let me look at my Instagram real quick. Outside of the character showcases, let's see. From a lore point of view,
sure,
I did well, just a couple examples, recent ones that I did.
Yeah,
I did one on the Bomar monks, which were the spider creatures that from Jabba's palace, and they're monks that they the members take their brains out of their body and put them in these spider droids so they can like live forever. Like that's just one. And in Legends, like Bib Fortuna becomes one of them. It's so random. I did a post on Chewbacca's death in Legends, which is a lot of people doesn't know that's happened, but that was a huge deal when that happened in publishing because they killed off Chewbacca. How are you going to kill off Chewbacca?
It's wild to think about how we've gotten to a point where people don't know or remember that happened.
Yes.
Anyway.
I did one on Jedi Battle Masters because I always so into like the different roles of Jedi. And Jedi Battle Masters are so cool. They're like the coolest guys in the order. You know, they're the ones who are really going out there and they're basically seen as like the best swordsman in the entire order. Like that's a crazy title.
I was going to say, I actually don't know that I've known that one before right now. So,
oh my gosh. Yeah. The Battle Masters are sick. So there's been, I'm referring to my own post for reference as we speak right now. So the Battle Master was the title for like the premier lightsaber combat instructor in the Jedi Order. So during the prequels and the Clone Wars, it was Sindralig, who was played by Nick Gillard, who was the main, he was the main, stunt coordinator during those movies. And in Legends, we have a lot more. Kyle Katarn becomes Battle Master in the New Jedi Order. For example, it's just a really cool title. And it's just one of those things that like, I like those little things. I did one on psychometry, which is the power of touching as a force power, usually in light side where you can touch things and get pieces of the a piece you could see memories. So like Cal Kestis is a huge one in the Jedi games. And
Ahsoka does it.
Ahsoka does it now, which is really cool to me. I think she's the perfect kind of person to do that. Quinlan Voss is another really huge one that does that. So just things like that. That's just an example of a few of those kind of things that I like to do. And that's kind of what my account grew out of. It was just own personal interests on these little lore tidbits. And I was like, maybe other people would be interested in this kind of stuff. So might as well show the world what I got or what I put together. And I'm working on doing more larger scale YouTube videos doing that kind of stuff.
Cool.
That's what I really want to get into. It's a lot of work. So I've been working on one, which is... This is an absolutely crazy one, and I don't think I've told anyone this yet, but I'll tell you. Okay. I'm working on a YouTube video that highlights, the title of it is going to literally be every single species in Star Wars ever. And I know, yes. So, and I know like the undertaking of that, and I'm like, but I've done it. I've already gotten the list. It took months of research to do that just on my own time. So I just have this giant list of every single sentient Star Wars species. So like not like creatures and stuff. And,
yeah.
You know, of course I have to specify all that. And there's so many caveats, like what does sentience mean? Like there's these creatures that are like half sentient. There's hybrid species. There's everything you can imagine. But I have a list, and I don't want to spoil the video for when it comes out. But there are in Star Wars, there are over 1,000 different, well over 1,000. So I'm trying to like figure out how I'm going to like show that in the YouTube video right now. So,
well, are we talking like a 5-hour video?
I'm just going to, I don't have like the kind of, well, I don't know. I know a lot of people don't want to sit through a 5-hour video doing that. So I'm trying to figure out a way where I could kind of just rapid fire through them and just show quick pictures so you can pause and look at the stupid characters. But it's so dumb. I mean, that's like canon legends
awesome.
and yes. And it's just something that I think would be really fun and something that like I don't think anyone has like attempted to that scale. So I wanted to do something that's going to be my first video. So I've been working on that off and on when I can. And it's just something that I think would be fun. And
that's awesome,
that
dude.
I don't think anything like that exists on YouTube. So
I spend more of my time than I probably should on Star Wars YouTube, and I don't think I've ever seen that. That's cool.
Yep.
That's we support that video plan.
I appreciate it, yeah.
But right on, man. So kind of the whole reason that this show exists then came from one day, Zach and I had been talking about a Star Wars podcast for like 10 years. Right? Going back to college and stuff. And eventually, I just went, for some reason, the force of others hit my brain. And I was like, okay, because if we're going to do it, we've talked about how we want to have interviews, how we want to have it be kind of a deep cut name. So the original name of the force, right? The force of others from the early drafts. Yeah. Not counting Bendu and Bogan and Ashla and all that stuff. But the force of others. And then to have it be about connection and about growing the community as much as possible.
I really like that, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
The idea is to find out what Star Wars means to you. So you get the floor on all these questions.
Oh, boy, yeah.
So as best as you can remember, where were you when you first saw Star Wars, or what's the first memory that you can summon?
Oh, gosh. I think my earliest Star Wars memories, because again, I'm 22, so like you gotta understand that I was born. The first movie to come out when I was alive was Revenge of the Sith, which was 2005. I think Attack of the Clones was 2002. So
yes, it was.
Yeah. So I grew up, with I have like distinct memories of the originals on VHS and the sequel and the prequel trilogy on DVD, and being in my basement. And I think I would probably say The Phantom Menace was my first movie because that was my favorite as a kid. It's still my favorite.
Cool.
I'm a big Phantom Menace person.
That's cool.
I think most people that follow my stuff know that. But I love The Phantom Menace, everything about that movie. So I would say that was my first experiences in Star Wars were probably as a kid watching them on DVD and VHS. My first theater experience, though, was The Force Awakens, which was, I remember, and that was 2015, so I was 12, which is crazy to think that came out 11 years ago already. But I remember going to see The Force Awakens with my dad, which is a really great memory. And after not seeing, I had never seen Star Wars in theaters, and I loved Star Wars as a kid. I've always loved Star Wars, but I had never seen it like that. And I love The Force Awakens too. That's a great movie. And so I remember just being in awe going to see that when I was in like middle school. So I think that's my earliest theatrical memory of Star Wars.
Right on. We'll take it. I'm always jealous when people have specifics because the simple version for me, I don't remember when I found out what Star Wars was.
Yeah.
I've just always known.
Yeah. I also grew up with the Clone Wars, so like big time. That was my favorite growing up because I love the movies and I love watching them on DVD, but I could only watch them so many times. So 2008 when the show comes out and I'm like a kid, like in elementary school. And I loved Cartoon Network, so I'm all over that. And I really just remember the Clone Wars show was just my absolute favorite. I had all the action figures and that just era of Star Wars, that early animation era. That was it for me. Yeah.
Right on, man. Okay, so if you had to pick one heroic character in all of Star Wars, who's your favorite?
That's so tough. That's a tough question.
Yeah.
I would say two. I'll give you two honorable mentions, quick ones, and then I'll give you one favorite. Honorable mentions are Ahsoka, because I grew up with Ahsoka. As I said, like this is something I talked to other people about too. Is Ahsoka? Yep, Ahsoka Tano Day was 2 days ago. The first appearance of Ahsoka, January 29th, 2008 was. Well, I think it was when like the trailer first dropped or something for the Clone Wars movie. Yeah. And that was like a huge thing when Ahsoka became like a character, because it's like Anakin as a Padawan, you know what I mean? But I kind of grew up with Ahsoka in the Clone Wars, and then I think I kind of fell out of Star Wars a little bit, and then I got back into it right when the Clone Wars season 7 was coming back in 2019. And Ahsoka's back, and we see the end of her Clone Wars story. But then there's also Rebels before that, of course. So like, I've kind of and up to the point where we've gotten live action Ahsoka now, I've kind of seen this whole character's development throughout my life and like gotten older with her. It's really interesting. So I'm a big fan of Ahsoka. I love Ashley Eckstein and Rosario Dawson. So I love the character. I say another honorable mention is Kanan Jarrus.
Cool.
Very underrated character. Cool. I love Rebels. So Kanan is up there, but I would have to say my number one, just because he's the best, is Obi-Wan.
Oh, I thought you were going to go Luke. Okay, he's over here somewhere.
I'm going Obi-Wan.
Right on. Okay. Take the floor.
Yeah. Of course, Luke is great too, but as I said, you can kind of tell my age with these answers. I love Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan to me is the perfect Jedi. What Obi-Wan went through in his life, and how he, stayed true to the light side of the Force. He's just the best. You get a little bit of him everywhere you go, and if I were to choose a Jedi Master, it would probably be Obi-Wan. I think he's an amazing master. Cool. I love Obi-Wan, man. It's Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor, James Arnold Taylor. We have so much. They're so great at portraying that character, and he's just what I think a Jedi should be. And I love the Jedi, so right on. I would go Obi-Wan. It's my favorite hero character.
Love that. Well, then I got to ask you. Yeah, I have to. How did you, and this is not a trap question, it's just a legitimate question. How did you feel about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show? Hey, just express yourself.
Listen. I loved parts of it. I didn't like parts of it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Hit it.
The Leia parts were amazing. Yeah. Obi-Wan and Leia's relationship, I adored that. It was amazing. I loved, because it wasn't revealed that Leia was going to be in the show. They did a really good job hiding that until it came out. So I loved that part. I liked Obi-Wan as Obi-Wan's parts. I think they just fumbled it a little bit with the story. This might be a hot take, but I really think Inquisitors are just really fun. I love Inquisitors when they show up. They're absolute cannon fodder, but that's like exactly what they're supposed to be. They're like these low level in an era where there's not many Sith or Jedi. Throw in one of these like kind of trash fighting like spinning like really cool looking dark side characters to just have like a couple battles with. They're perfect. They're disposable. They're perfect. I just don't like what they did in that show with the Inquisitors. Any of them.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Any of them. I love the Grand Inquisitor. I didn't like what they did with him.
Yeah.
Moses Ingram's an amazing actress, but I wasn't a fan of Reva.
Yeah.
It's the getting stabbed in the abdomen with a lightsaber. It happened to Reva. Listen, because people always compare it to like Qui-Gon, because that's how he died. And like, they hit him good. He was on the floor for like a while. Like, that's more understandable.
Yeah.
The Grand Inquisitor had a big psycho, which, I mean, like, obviously he was coming back. Like, everyone who watched Rebels knew he was coming back. So, like, and don't get me started on the makeup. Reva got it twice, once by Vader, somehow survived, and then in a flashback when she was like 4 years old at the Jedi Temple.
Yep.
And then it happened again in Ahsoka with Sabine. I'm like, we can't just keep doing the same thing, guys. Like,
it was a weird year or so there.
It's a weird thing, yeah. And I have the same kind of things about the Ahsoka show. At the end of the day, it's Star Wars. You know, I love to watch it, so it's like I have like there's a lot of things that I love about that show too. I'm not as a lot of people don't really like the Obi-Wan and Vader like interactions in that because they don't like how that plays into A New Hope, but I enjoyed those parts. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I thought there were some really memorable side characters. It's not my favorite. It's not my least favorite by any means either. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy it didn't make you mad, because now that I know that Obi-Wan's your boy, you know.
Yeah, Obi-Wan is my boy, and at the end of the day, if I'm getting any Star Wars, like I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
That is a fantastic. Cool. Love that. Yeah. That's a healthy attitude that we all need to have.
I like to think. I try to keep it healthy. Of course, you know, I have my opinions that I share with a lot of people, but I'm not going to be all up in arms about it.
Yeah.
Especially when did Obi-Wan come out? That's already been
was
a couple years.
3 years ago? Hang on. I have the internet at my fingertips.
I think it was 2023.
That's 2022, actually. Summer 22, so it will have been 4 years this summer, which is weird.
Well, I think Reva probably could have just got axed from the entire show, and I don't think it would have made any difference to the plot whatsoever.
Yeah.
And again, Moses Ingram is an amazing actress, and the amount of hate she got for that role was disgusting. I don't know if you remember any of that. It was really bad.
It was unavoidable. There will be people that'll tell you it didn't happen, and that's not true.
Yeah. So people said really nasty things, but I don't love the character. That doesn't mean I don't love the guy. I don't love the character. And it's just one of the Obi-Wan. It's just one of those things, that Obi-Wan show that I'm like, okay, whatever. It's fine.
It was almost a George Lucas impression. Okay, whatever. All right.
Oh, okay.
But all right, so we've gotten we found out who your favorite hero is, right?
I do.
We worked you down to
Obi-Wan. One.
The other side, flip side of the coin.
Villain.
Who's your favorite villain?
Oh, gosh. I feel like since I said Obi-Wan, I'm going to have to say Maul now, because there are two sides of that coin. And again, it's kind of like the Ahsoka thing. I grew up with like seeing Maul. Maul is like one of the only like instances in fiction. I am not a big fan of when they just bring characters back from the dead, but Maul, a character that got 6 minutes of screen time or something stupid in The Phantom Menace, or like he had like 2 lines.
Yeah.
That, in what they did with his character, like he's become such an icon, and that's mostly because of, you know, like the Clone Wars and Rebels, and now we're getting Maul Shadow Lord, and they'll throw him into Solo. Why not? You know, his character. His character's amazing. Like, I love his character. I'm a big fan of Greek mythology.
Cool.
And he reminds me of the dude that, I shouldn't say big fan. I was a classics major. One of my majors in college was classics, and it was a Sisyphus that was rolling the boulder up.
Rolling the boulder up the hill. Yes.
I was blanking my mind. That's embarrassing.
Nah.
He's like the Sisyphus of Star Wars. Like, he's always right there. You know, he was destined, you know, the lines in the Clone Wars, I can't remember them exactly, but he's like, I was the apprentice to most powerful being in the galaxy. I was destined for so much more. Fell down the hill. You know, he's always trying to get there. Finally finds Obi-Wan, and it's just, that's his, and he's just such an intriguing character to me. And of course he looks just badass. I mean, like, you can't find a cooler character design in anything. You know, he's so sick. So I would say Maul. As I said, I'm a big Legends guy, so Legends Thrawn. I love Thrawn.
Ooh, cool. Okay.
I know that's like I feel like people will like watch 2 YouTube videos on Thrawn and be like, he's the best villain in fiction. Thrawn's a really intriguing character, genuinely, and I love Timothy Zahn as an author. I'm just finishing reading Outbound Flight, which is like kind of I don't know if you've read that, but it's kind of like a precursor to the Heir to the Empire, and that book is really good. I'm really enjoying that. I'm gonna do a review on it once I finish it.
Do it.
But I love Thrawn. I love Timothy Zahn's canon work on Thrawn too. The Thrawn trilogy books, both trilogies are really good. And he's just such a great character. I love a good like tactician, smart character, and he's just the epitome of that. So I'm excited to see where we keep going with his character in Rebels, in Ahsoka. I don't know if you saw, but I guess there's rumors that the Mandoverse movie might be being made into a series now, a limited series. What do you think about that?
I mean, I would love to see Filoni get a movie, but at the same time, I've always kind of figured, I guess not always. Well, once they announced Filoni getting a movie, James Mangold getting a movie, and Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy getting a movie on stage at Celebration 3 years ago now, and then immediately afterwards, we got the entertainment strike. I was going, something's going to change.
Something's
so
going to change.
The whole business has shifted. I think it really, here's the deal. If Mando and Grogu makes a bunch of money, Filoni will get a movie. If it doesn't, it will be a TV show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What would you prefer, I guess, if you had to choose?
That's a tough one, because at the same time, like, I'm really excited for Star Wars. I think if I had to have it in a perfect world, I would have Mando and Grogu be the limited series and the Filoniverse movie be in theaters, but obviously that's not happening. And I love the limited series. I think that Star Wars works best with the series. And that's, I mean, outside of like the Skywalker saga is what I'm saying. Like if you have a big blockbuster movie like this, obviously like those movies they're perfect. But like if we're getting like this is kind of still a spin-off side story. And like I love Rogue One, I love Solo, but like some of these shows, like the Mandoverse, like we have all these shows leading into a movie, which is really cool. But like all of that into like there's a lot of characters getting juggled. A lot. I had this discussion with I don't know if you know Noah Muscardi. Falco Noah is his handle. Yeah, I was on his cast a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about this, and it was just like I was like trying to think of like, you think of like the Ahsoka show, and you have Ahsoka, all the Rebels characters, like Ezra, Hera, Chopper, and then you have Anakin flashbacks, Rex getting thrown in, and then you're throwing in Thrawn, not to mention Balin and Shin. Now we have the Mortis gods. There's a million things. And then like the Book of Boba Fett, there's one, I was dying laughing. There was one episode where you have Boba Fett, Fennec Shand, Cad Bane, Luke Skywalker, Grogu, and Ahsoka all in one episode. And Black and Kurzantan, like you have all these. There's a just for and Danny Trejo. It's like or I don't know if that was that episode, but you know what I mean. Yeah, you're juggling a lot, and when you're talking about like a Mandoverse movie, when you have all these like players, like how is it gonna work? A limited series works better for that, in my opinion. As much as I love Star Wars on the big screen, I think,
that's valid. That's a good take. I like that. I mean, I guess if I had to choose, my dream would be, because I have a soft spot for Star Wars in the theater. I do. I still miss the days where, as much as I love The Mandalorian and as much as I love Andor and I love so much of what streaming has done, originally the whole plan was we were going to get a Star Wars movie every year. Right? Mm-hmm. And there was a part of me that, man, I loved going to see Star Wars at Christmas time. Yeah. So my dream would be if he does get a movie, that it's like the end of the Mandoverse and it's one final thing. Give me another season of Ahsoka, give me another couple seasons of Mandalorian or whatever, but then end it with a big, huge movie that's the end of this era. And because I think what I thought they were going to do for a long time, and who knows if this will actually happen, but I thought we were going to have the Mandoverse story. And then at the end of that, they were going to kind of pass the baton to the young Ben Solo era. And then we were going to get young Ben Solo and Luke's Jedi Academy.
Give me the hunt for Ben
stuff.
Solo. Oh, I want the hunt for Ben Solo so bad. It's still possible. It is still possible.
That was one of my favorite things we talked about on the show a couple weeks ago, but in Kathleen Kennedy's exit interview with Deadline, where she was like, that script is out there. It's good if people are willing to take risks. And that was the quote, and I was like, that is so salty. It's so funny.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I know.
But all that
what
to
was I going to say?
I want to see the Mandoverse end. Not that I want it to end now, but I would love it to end in a big movie that passes the baton to the next New Republic era of stories, which I think still has to be young Ben Solo being taught by Luke Skywalker and Luke's Academy. I would like to see that story. But
anyway. I agree. I think the one caveat is like, I of course would love a Mandoverse movie, but I think most again, you have to watch all these limited series to fully comprehend. Like the casual person, like, oh, Star Wars is back in theaters. Like, who the are all these people? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Where's the lightsabers? Because that's how a lot of people are, which is fine. I mean, not everyone is as big into Star Wars as we are. You know what I mean? On the other side, I would love to see a Ben Solo limited series. I love Ben Solo. I think it's a great character. I don't know if Filoni would want to touch him anytime. Filoni's I love Filoni as a storyteller. He's very adamant on focusing on his own characters. I think it would be good. I don't know who would take over that project though.
Who knows? I mean,
I'd love to see it. And we're finally getting sequel era stuff again with Starfighter, and that's awesome. So super excited about that. We need it.
Well, it was so funny. I mean, I guess really more sad, but you talked about earlier how you love The Force Awakens, but Force Awakens turned 10 last month.
Oh my gosh, right?
And we did a commentary track. I love that movie. I unashamedly love that movie. And I think we were like the only people online that were speaking positively about The Force Awakens or acknowledging that it was 10. Yeah. I was like, I thought it was super bizarre.
I think I've seen a lot more love for The Force Awakens, which is really cool to see. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. I mean, I know a lot of people like really hate it. I'm not going to go be over here and slandering its name like some people do. And The Rise of Skywalker is 7 years old. It's in the past. Let's forget about that. You know what I mean? Yeah. The Force Awakens, though, is a really good movie. That was an amazing start to that trilogy, and I will not accept any Force Awakens slander because it was a good movie. And I think most people have come around to agree on that point, or at least that's what I've seen. I think maybe it's just our little section of the fandom. Yeah, I think we're a lot more open. The people who are really into Star Wars, like, I think are a little more open to that kind of thing, but. I like The Force Awakens. It's a good movie.
It was so funny. I think the most fights that I've gotten in on Star Wars Instagram and Star Wars YouTube were people commenting on our Force Awakens stuff.
Oh my god!
Because admittedly, it was a little bit of kind of a inflammatory, thumbnail that I made on. But we put the best sequel over like the thing of Han and Chewie. And the only thing that was a non-fight was somebody was like, Empire is the best sequel. And I was like, yes, we're saying of the sequel trilogy. And he was like, oh, well then agreed. And I was like, well then there you go. But
people love to fight.
People called us stupid. It was all kinds of things. But neither here nor there. The point is we like Star Wars and we would love to see more sequel trilogy stuff. I'm stoked about Starfighter. But to get back to you, so especially as an Instagram account of... Star Wars lore and obscure Star Wars characters. If you had to pick one, who's your favorite random alien background character, Glup Shitto type?
Oh, God, Matt. I have so many.
I know. One.
Do you know how many I have?
Or, okay, I don't know, rattle off a bunch. That would be funny.
Okay, I'm going to think of 3 really obscure ones.
Cool. Love that. Yes. Love that.
My mind obviously went like directly to Phantom Menace. It went immediately to the pod racers, but I'll keep them out of it. They're all perfect. We all know they're perfect. Okay, I got 3.
Cool.
Number 1, I think you are familiar with this character too. I really hope you are. Therm Scissor Punch.
Yes.
First of all, that's not his full name.
Yeah.
His full name is Thermoculus Christianvolt Scissor Punch.
It's the best name.
And for anyone who's not familiar with that character, he is the lobster playing poker in Solo, playing sabacc, gambling. He's a gambling giant lobster. And a lot of people don't know this about Therm. Or this is a good post for me to make. There's a comic. It's the High Republic Adventures, one of the High Republic Adventures comics. It's like 10 issues. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Hit it.
It features, and this is like a couple hundred years before the Phantom Menace. So it's old. I mean, old like in universe. It features a pirate crew of Maz Kanata, Dexter Jetster, a Jedi named Sab Maligan, Therm Scissor Punch, and like a couple other like random pirate characters. What in the world? It's
so
a really
fun.
Great comic. It's so fun. It just shows, because obviously like Star Wars, like these alien species, they're not all gonna have like human lifespans. So like we know like Dexter Jetster's old, he's pretty old, but like it's so funny to see him hanging out with like Maz Kanata and Therm Scissor Punch. It's just so stupid, like that lobster that gambles in Solo. So Therm, I'm gonna give my Therm is amazing. Another one. This is another really stupid one. There's a character named Treadgar Volk in the Obi-Wan show.
Okay. Wait, which one is that? The like tank driver or like bus driver guy? No, nerd cred lost.
He is the bounty hunter that is a dinosaur.
Oh yeah.
His species, I'm not even making this up, is called Thugatoris. And he is a velociraptor with a gun. Yes, and it is so funny. That video I'm making, you will be laughing how many dinosaur species, like sentient dinosaur species there are in Star Wars. It's awesome.
Can't wait.
Then one more, just a childhood, like for some reason this is a Phantom Menace character. I was always like so, I don't know why, the most random background of background characters. You can see him once walk through Mos Eisley and then once in the pod racing arena as a fan. Yeah. His name's Rum Slag. He's the guy. Do you know who that is? Yeah.
That is also Zach's favorite background character.
Really?
He pulled Rum Slag as well. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Rum Slag is so, like, I mean, that's just something like I remember as a child just being like, who's that guy? Like he just has like an orange like astronaut suit and his face is just like a skull.
Yeah.
Like, that's all he is. And of course he's no one. It's just I don't know why he has a name, but I could go on a million. There is so many.
That's
so
awesome.
many. That is like my forte is rattling off those kind of characters. It's all up here and I don't know why, but it is. I love those guys. I could go on forever. But those are a few highlights that I would love to. I'm glad I could shout out here.
Absolutely. Hey, man, if you can pull those things on retainer regularly and also get a major in like classics like that's impressive. That's a lot of knowledge up there. That's good stuff. Yeah. Absolutely, dude. All right. So into kind of a silly question. If lightsabers were real and you had one, what color would your lightsaber be?
Yeah, I've thought about this a lot. I think all Star Wars fans think about this a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was a Jedi, I would be more of like the consular Jedi type, like more of like the ones who are focused on like knowledge and like teaching and that kind of stuff. Just because I think that's cool.
Yeah.
So I think probably logically I would have a green lightsaber. I know that's basic, but I think I'd also love having like a yellow or maybe like an icy blue one, like those. Yeah, I like that. Do you know, like Terra Sanube's lightsaber? That's basically white, but it's like has a tinge of blue. Maybe like that.
Yeah.
And I think yellow's a cool color too. So
cool.
One of those. Probably green. I love green.
Love it.
So basic, but it's great.
Hey, put blue and yellow together and you get green. So
there you go.
There,
yeah, works. I guess it's blue. I guess it's green. We'll go with green.
Well, and I'm going to do my due diligence. Obviously, not a shill, but I'll say it. If you ever have an opportunity to go to Disney World or Disneyland and do the build the lightsaber, it is expensive. Hard recommend. It is so cool.
I've had the privilege of going to Galaxy's Edge once.
Cool.
It was a couple years ago. Best day of my life. It was like the best day of my life. Of course. Like, I loved it. I made a point, because I'm a completionist, as you can probably tell, to do every single thing there. So I went to every single stall, every single ride, except I didn't get to build the lightsaber, and I didn't get to go to Oga's Cantina because you just needed reservations. Like, it was kind of like we were in Florida. It was kind of a spontaneous trip. So like you need like reservations like months ahead sometimes for those kind of things. So I didn't get to build a lightsaber, and I didn't get to go to that cantina, but I did get to build a droid, and I loved my remote control droid. I kind of modeled him after, a lot of people don't know you can do that at Galaxy's Edge because of the lightsaber thing. Obviously everyone's going to go for the lightsabers, but I love I named him Munchie. He's like a little he kind of looks like R5D4, who's like one of my favorite droids. The one that and he's just so awesome. And I also loved I just want to shout out Doc Ondar's Den of Antiques real quick, because I love that. That's like the most the most me store I could ever imagine. Yeah.
That's so cool.
I did a post. I think you did comment on it. It was like the most. I might have. I was asking for like what people thought was the most underrated Star Wars planet, and a lot of people said Batuu. Yeah. And because Galaxy's Edge, and there's so many stories with Batuu too,
and a lot of them are really really cool. Like I kind of expected when those rolled out. I was like, all right, these will be kind of shameless tie-ins, and the comics especially are so fun. Like I talked about it, I think last week. There's a Han and Chewie one where, because they had to explain that Sarlaccs aren't the pit. Sarlaccs are the monster that lives in the pit.
I've seen that one. Yep.
Yeah, the Han and Chewie chasing a chicken that looks like a Sarlacc. It's so funny.
There's so much tie in Galaxy's Edge stuff. There's the VR games, Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. A lot of people don't know those exist. Yeah. Obviously, like, I don't have an Oculus. I can't play it. But like, I've seen YouTube. I've watched the whole thing on YouTube. And then there's so many books and comics and stuff, and they had the Starliner, the Halcyon Legacy,
Halcyon.
Halcyon. It got shut down, but so I'll never get to do it, unfortunately. But looked cool.
There's a YouTube video that I found a while ago. If I can find it, I'll post it. I'll send it to you, and I'll put it in the doobly-doo below this thing. But there was a video that someone made. I guess people that must be loaded, that they went so many times, and they just had their phones out. They basically showed you every piece of story that you could experience on the ride, on the hotel. It's like 4 hours long, so you gotta
watch it.
Exactly. But there were things that I was like, that is so cool. How, I mean, I was never going to be able to drop $5,000 for 3 nights in a hotel. You know what I mean? But anyway, all that to say, building the lightsaber is awesome, and Galaxy's Edge is really dope. But okay.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So another silly question, and I don't know where you're at on tattoos, but if you could have a Star Wars tattoo, what would it be? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I have many tattoos.
Nice.
I'm trying to fill out more. I've got plenty all over me, but cool. Yeah, Star Wars. I mean, it's been in the works for a while. Cool. I have a couple Star Wars like stick and pokes, but those don't count. So I'm thinking real tattoo. I've always wanted to get Ahsoka's face markings, like I think that'd be really cool. Or maybe the J guys that like Rex has on his helmet. I think those would be sick. Or is another fan. I always have to throw a Phantom Menace one in.
Absolutely.
The Japor snippet, the little it's the little talisman that Anakin gives Padme. Just like little symbols and stuff. I think those would all be pretty sick. I mean, I'm not. I all my tattoos are just are black ink, so I don't think I would do like a sleeve of like a whole. Some people have some crazy star, and they're really cool, but it's just not my style. Like the full color, like scenes. Like I wouldn't do any of that, but I'd get something cool like that, just like symbolic that like only I would probably pick up on. Like, you know what I mean?
Or if somebody picked up on it, they're like,
it would be so cool. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly. Cool. Or maybe like five, like the clone fives.
There you go. Okay.
Not on my forehead, obviously. But
there was a moment where I thought you were saying you wanted Ahsoka's markings on your face. It was going to be like, hey, live your life,
dude,
dog.
You're too young. Yeah, no, I can't. I get fired, man. I can't do that. But that'd be a cool tattoo. Yeah.
All right, dude. So again, getting to the specific questions to you. If you had to pick one, and people have gone a bunch of different ways with this. They've gone in universe, they've gone out of universe, right? Like into the real world. But if you had to pick one, what is your favorite Star Wars story?
Okay.
Anything you want.
I'm going to go in universe. I think that's where my specialties lie.
Cool.
Can I give you like... Okay, I'm also going to go outside of the Skywalker saga.
Okay, cool.
Can I give you like one show?
Yeah.
Or like I'll give you show, favorite Star Wars, probably show, story, probably Andor. I mean, Andor's so good.
Yeah.
It's Andor. Everybody loves Andor. Go watch Andor. If you haven't watched Andor, what are you doing, dude? Go watch Andor, man. So relevant, so amazing. It's so good.
Yeah.
So Andor for show, obviously. If I had to pick a comic, I would say the 2017 Darth Vader run by Charles Soule.
Yes.
So good.
Yep.
Love that comic. It has some of the coolest like comic characters I've ever seen in Star Wars. I'm a big fan of another random character, and most people aren't going to know. Kirak Infila. Do you know him? He's the Jedi who took the Barash vow. Mm-hmm. And going more into it, the Barash vow, for anyone who doesn't know, was named after a High Republic Jedi named Barash Sylvain, who she was a cage, which is the species that in the Clone Wars they go to Corzite, which is like the planet with the train and the underground crystals. She's one of those people, and she was like sisters with Porter Engle, who's a High Republic Jedi. He's awesome. If you can read that in The Blade, it's called The High Republic, The Blade. Great comics.
I actually haven't read that comic. I want to.
It's really good. Yeah, it's good for people like if you're interested in the High Republic era, like go read that. It's a good like just to get like a feel of the vibe that's going on. You know, it's isolated story. It's good. Cool. But anyways, she took a vow of going off and not doing anything with the Republic. Like she was a Jedi, but she wanted to go focus on like the Force. And so that became known as the Barash vow. And like Jedi in the future would do that. And Torben from the Acolyte, that's what he's doing. He took the Barash vow, so he's just meditating off and nothing to do with anyone else. But during Order 66, where the Darth Vader comic takes place, you see Kirak Infila. He didn't get killed in Order 66 because there's no clone troopers around. He's just on a planet off, meditating, doing his own thing. Vader has very, very soon after Order 66, this is like days after it, Palpatine ordered, because Vader needs a new lightsaber after Mustafar. So he goes, and Kirak Infila is the Jedi whose crystal he takes to bleed for his new lightsaber. And I mean, that's just like a story. Like, these are the kind of things that comics are really like cool because they can tell those little stories that like, yeah, that makes sense. That fits in well, you know? Like, of course he had to get a new lightsaber crystal somewhere because Obi-Wan takes his lightsaber at the end of Revenge of the Sith. And Kirak Infila is just a sweet Jedi, but I digress. That's a great story. And that's only like 2 issues of that whole run. So I could go on forever about that comic. Really good. If you want to get into Star Wars comics, I'd recommend starting with that one. It's so good. It's not overly long either. So the whole High Republic initiative as a whole, the books and the comics, I love those stories. I think they're just criminally underrated. If you want to get into the High Republic era, the first book, Light of the Jedi is so good. It's one of the best Star Wars books I've read.
And that book and the 2 comic series you just mentioned, all written by Charles Soule. Just wanted to shout him out.
He's great. He's amazing. Yeah. And then I gotta give you a couple Legends ones. I really like Darth Plagueis, the novel. That's amazing, but that's probably my favorite Star Wars book.
Cool.
Darth Plagueis is really good.
Yeah.
And also the Bane trilogy.
Cool.
Darth Bane is my favorite Sith, for people who don't know that, which is a kind of, I love Darth Bane.
Cool.
Darth Bane is so cool. So those are some great Legends books if you want to ever get into Legends. Throw yourself into one of those. They're so good. So yeah, man, so many stories. There's so many. I could go on forever, man. I love them all,
Well, if it just to be me, and if you had to pick one, what would you have to give the nod to?
A story is so tough to define.
Yeah. Well, that's part of why it's mean, but it's part of why I do it.
It is, yeah. Maybe I'll hone in on a specific character story.
Cool.
How about that?
Sure.
I'll give Darth Maul the cake on that one.
There you go.
Just because I love Darth Maul. I love Darth Maul. So
cool.
Just excited to see Shadow Lord and just make it even better.
Yeah. Well, and just I was going to ask this earlier, but I'll say it now because you reminded me. With Shadow Lord just a couple months away at this point, that we keep getting more and more and more of this story of Darth Maul, and now we've got 15 years to play with roundabout, right?
Yep.
What do you want to see out of Maul Shadow Lord?
You know what I would love to see?
Yeah.
Obviously Maul Shadow Lord's going to be cool, and I think it will be kind of like an isolated thing. I know people are hopeful that Darth Talon is coming.
Yeah.
I will go on record saying that I do not think this is Darth Talon. I think this might be the canon version of Darth Talon we're getting.
Yes. Yeah.
But if anyone isn't familiar with Darth Talon, she's a Legend Sith. She's like, she doesn't even live for another 100 years after Shadow Lord. So obviously timelines don't match up, but she's a red Twi'lek. That's her species. Mm-hmm. She kind of looks like the girl in the trailer, and in some of the original Star Wars sequel scripts had Darth Maul coming back and Darth Talon was his apprentice. She has she's red and she has all these crazy tattoos like Maul does, and people really like Darth Talon. She's a great character, but this probably isn't Darth Talon, or at least if we get the Darth Talon name, I think this could definitely be it's obviously inspired by her, with her being Maul's apprentice. I think it's a good way to bring a character like that in canon. We're not getting a 1-to-1 Darth Talon, obviously. Yeah. What I would like to see, I really like, because I'm a really big Solo fan. I love the Solo movie, which was of course supposed to be a trilogy.
Yep.
And Maul that's the big surprise at the end of that is he's heading Crimson Dawn, and we've gotten a lot of good stories about how Crimson Dawn kind of come back, especially in the Crimson Reign comics. And I'd love to see kind of how the Maul's Shadow Collective looks in this, and I hope we get more of that, how Maul kind of climbs back into being, because at the end of the Clone Wars he was sitting on the Mandalorian throne. He had all these crime syndicates under his belt. He was a powerful dude. And I, in the trailer, they literally say Palpatine wants you dead. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I think I would like to see how Maul kind of climbs back to that status of being, the Sisyphus thing again. He just got knocked down. Roll back up to where he was, where we see him in Solo, this powerful crime lord, where he was before. I think that's what I want to get. And I just want to get more Maul. He's so cool. Mm-hmm. We're just getting some cool Maul stuff. He's one of those characters you just kind of got to look at and be like, wow, this dude's a badass. I want to see him fight. I want to see him kill. Oh, that sounds horrible. I want to see him fight. I want to see him kill. I was going to say, I want to see him kill the Inquisitors. But which is how it happens. It's just always how it happens.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just kind of weird. The whole Inquisitors thing is weird because of course, we've seen both of these Inquisitors, and I think there's something a little going on with them because we've seen both of these Inquisitors that are showing up in Maul Shadow Lord die on screen before.
Yeah.
And this takes place before those stories, presumably, obviously, but they like don't die. Both of them like don't. They kind of just like poof into a cloud when they die.
Always see from
really
Birdman, his number changes depending on what source you have.
Yeah.
Is that Ahsoka disarms him, same as she does in the novel, and just takes him down in one move, and you just see his mask deflate,
like,
right?
And then
so he
Marok,
Marok, all the green mist comes out of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Birdman
So
might have the same thing
happen.
happen. We didn't see, you know.
We'll see. So I guess less viciously putting it, I would like to see him fight the Inquisitors and the other Jedi. I don't know why it came out like that. Yes. I love to see Maul. I want to see some cool Maul lightsaber fights. He's the king of lightsaber fights, you know.
I mean,
he's so sick.
You can see our trailer reaction, but Zach and I, what made us lose our minds more than anything was when Maul just waded through like 6 droids
my God, yes.
and stabbed the last one in the neck and then threw it, and it halved 3 stormtroopers.
Like stormtroopers right in half.
Cut them in half. Like, so yes, you want to see violence because
Maul getting things cut in half. Like, it's just they go together well. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm really excited for that. Another thing another thing about that trailer that I don't know why, but like I immediately picked up on it. Just I don't know, like image recognition is when he's drinking the tea. Which is really funny. It's just really funny. He's just Maul drinking tea. It's awesome. He has the lightsaber next to him.
Mm-hmm.
I am like 99% sure that is Asajj Ventress's first yellow lightsaber.
Yeah.
Like 99% sure. It is, if you search up, like, which is shown in the Dark Disciple novel first, if you search up, there are official images of it. It is like, not even like a little bit. It is exactly the same. Like the hilt is identical. I don't know if we're getting Asajj. No, I don't know.
We very well could.
We could.
We could get her and that. I don't remember the kid's name that she's technically teaching.
Yeah, like Ostrada. Yep.
There you go. After Tales.
It's around the same. Yeah, it's around the same time. It's around the same time, and you know they've been doing a lot with Ventress. Another character that's mysteriously came back from the dead. She's got Night Sister stuff. They both do. They're very similar characters. Mm-hmm. They both are coming back from the dead. They're both from the same planet. They're the same species. They're like, you never know.
Could be.
Never know.
I didn't think about. I knew that it was a similar lightsaber. I didn't realize that it was 1-to-1.
It is so.
It would make sense if she showed up.
Well, the thing is, in Tales of the Underworld, she has different ones. They're not the ones. It's not the one that she had in Dark Disciple. So, and that one that she had in Dark Disciple looks legitimately. I'll send you a picture after. It is identical. It is identical to that saber, and it like specifically panned to it. On the other side, though, like. I think Maul does need a new lightsaber. I'm trying to. I'm trying to remember what happened to Asajj Ventress's lightsaber in Dark Disciple, but it's been a while since I read that.
It's been a while since I read it. I don't know. Yeah.
Because as far as we know, because Maul loses his lightsaber on Mandalore in season 7 of the Clone Wars, I believe.
Yes.
And then the next time,
and
then the next time we see him, he has the one that's made out of the Inquisitor blaze handles.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Maul make a lightsaber out of Asajj Ventress's lightsaber and one of the Inquisitor ones. Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, but that might mean that he kills Asajj Ventress.
Uh-oh. I hope not. But
what if it's Maul and his new apprentice, Devin, fighting Asajj and her apprentice, I forget his name. You just said it and I forgot it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. There's a lot of possibilities. You're making me think. Yes.
That would be pretty cool.
We're going to see April 6th. April
6th, right around the corner. But all right, man. Yeah. So I think we know. We know you like Star Wars. But if you had to sum up, right, what does Star Wars mean to you?
Yes. Gosh, it's Star Wars is... It's like a passion. It's a passion. It's a subculture. It's like no other. For me, it's a hobby. It's a passion, but it's also political. It mirrors real world issues. It has something for everyone. There's so many stories to tell. for me, it's an outlet and it's a community of people that are passionate about something that, on the surface, it's, at the end of the day, it's fiction, but fiction's powerful. Fiction's tells stories, and it's just something that I think people can come together and really enjoy together. And that's what I've really seen since starting my page. Is just there's so many people that just really are passionate about this, and it brings people together, which is really cool. So I think Star Wars for me it's just something sick, you know what I mean? Yeah, that I enjoy, and I have I'm not embarrassed to say that I love it. So yeah,
right on. Excellent answer. Very, very well said, man. Good job. And all right, now it's time for nonsense. So
yeah, I love nonsense.
As I alluded to at the beginning, we have fought in a Star Wars trivia before, and we're not going to fight now. But I'm going to give you an opportunity.
I hope not.
No.
You might beat me again.
We'll see. But so long-time listeners or watchers of the show know there's a trivia question involving a character that I got wrong twice, 2 different aspects of the character. And so I'm going to give you an opportunity to answer these questions. It is time for the Ridiculous Raftar Random Hard Star Wars Trivia question, where there are no losers. You either win and you prove that you're a nerd, or you lose and you prove that you have a life. You don't lose.
I have a lot on the line here. You understand that, right?
Like, I try to go so deep to where there's no shame lost. But okay, so, and again, fans of the show, however many you are, you know what I'm about to ask him. Okay? Okay. So, two questions, but we'll go one at a time. So the first one, what is the name of the Kubaz spy from Star Wars Episode 4?
Gurinden as Zavor.
Okay, all right. So you've already gotten it.
long snoot, dude.
There you go.
he has an amazing certain point of view story, and from a certain point of view, those books.
That's right. I read it a while ago, and I need to reread it because I did the stupid thing where I read it quickly and didn't really pay attention. So I want to go back through. Okay, so you did it.
Such a character.
Well done.
Rest in peace to the actor. He died too.
Yeah. It was recent, right?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I always try to do posts for people involved in Star Wars that pass away, and I remember shoving Gurinden in there. So,
Sadie Eden.
Yep.
Yeah. But okay. But speaking of the performers that gave us Gurinden, what actor voices him?
You got me. I have no idea.
Okay, it's really obscure. Okay, wait. So I feel better.
Okay, hold on.
This is like a behind-the-scenes type of question. So,
okay, let me try to use deductive reasoning here.
Sure. It's a wild one. That's all.
So it's not someone who's. Is it someone who plays a different Star Wars role?
No.
Is it like an ILM person?
Nope.
Is it like a famous actor or actress?
Yes.
Voice? Like usually known for voice roles? Can you give me what else they're known for? I want to know. I want to get it.
Famous actor. They took an interview, and then kind of I think a mix of that and some unused dialogue, and Ben Burt played with it a bunch. So yeah, I didn't know this.
Ben.
Yeah, exactly. The goat. The actual goat.
Grindeness. You stumped me, dude. I respect you. I have no idea.
Oh, I didn't know this is the whole bit.
Yeah.
So John Wayne, the Duke, is the
Wow.
Yes. Okay. So, and again, I'll tell you the story that happened to me. So, my birthday last year, Zach gave me a trivia challenge because he'll say things like, "What is that?" And I just know, right? Because that's how your and my brain work.
Yeah.
And so he gave me a trivia challenge for my birthday, and this was the one that I got wrong, and I freak out. I was like, no, and I forgot that there was a name for Gurinden. But then, a week or so later, I was at work, and somebody mentioned that John Wayne voiced that guy. And everybody.
Such a funny thing to bring up at work.
Yeah, but then everybody
awesome.
at work knew that. And I was like, what? And my boss starts dogging me. He's, only you Star Wars divas think that nobody else can know all the lore. And I was like, okay.
Oh, wow.
So anyway.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's random stuff. But okay.
I don't know how I didn't know that. That would be,
That was how I felt. I was like, how have I not heard this?
John Wayne.
Yeah, random things.
Wow.
Okay. So we're gonna play one more game, more silly game. We're gonna do a movie gauntlet. It's not trivia.
Okay.
This is just I'm gonna give you 2 movies, and then you pick one to move on. Right?
Okay. Oh, I see. Yes.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah. Now I know that the Phantom Menace is your favorite movie.
Phantom Menace. Nah,
so I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna remove it from the gauntlet. Okay. But so let's just see where we're at. So starting out, we got A New Hope and Attack of the Clones.
A New Hope. I mean, I love Attack of the Clones, but
right on.
Come on.
Well, then let's get spicy. A New Hope or Empire Strikes Back?
Empire.
Okay.
Empire.
And then I know where
I love Empire.
Okay. I know where this is going to go. Empire Strikes Back or The Last Jedi?
Empire.
Empire Strikes Back or The Caravan of Courage, the first Ewok movie.
God, you got to give it to Caravan of Courage. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, Empire Strikes Back.
Have you seen
I've
the
seen
Ewok
both
movies?
Of them. Yes, I've seen both of them. Fun fact. This is another fun fact. I love to throw the fun facts in.
There you go.
The second one, Battle for Endor, is the first appearance of the Night Sisters.
You're right. That's right. I haven't seen that
right?
yet. We're going to watch that later this year, but I knew that somewhere.
Yes.
Crazy.
Her name is Chiral, I think. Chiral.
That's right.
She's just, it's so weird. It's so random.
And she's a confirmed Night Sister.
Night Sister,
for sure, right?
Yep. Yeah,
That's
in Legends,
cool.
her character is used more in Legends and like comics and books and stuff, but she is a confirmed Night Sister.
Right on.
Weird. Really weird.
Right on.
But
weird.
Yes, Empire. Not that. Empire
Strikes Back. Get out of here, Ewoks and Night Sisters. Okay. But so Empire
and
Strikes Back.
Don't bring up the holiday special.
I won't.
That is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I loved it. I hated it.
We did a commentary track. I think I told you, or I said this earlier, the first year that we existed, because we'd never seen it. And so we were like, all right, let's watch it live.
I thought I lost my mind. I was losing my mind watching it.
It
made me so uncomfortable. Like,
yes.
I don't, it's like weird. It's like legitimately like the worst thing I've ever seen. But.
I mean, Chewie's dad, Grandpa Chewie, is watching he's watching softcore porn in the living room.
Yeah, and his name is Itchy.
Confirmed. You can watch it all.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like, it's not Itchy Baka, but it's something like that. It's like
oh my god. It's like Itchitachuck.
Yeah,
and
something
then
like that.
Let me see if I can get them all. His wife is Malatobuck, and his son is Lumpawaru, aka Lumpy.
There we go. Love it. Well, I'm going to keep shouting out my own stuff because we just do dumb bits. Well, the first actual play role-playing game thing that we did, a friend of the podcast played a version of Itchy, whatever. He played Itchy.
Yeah.
I was like, you want to be a random Wookiee? He was like, no, I want to be Chewie's dad.
Itchy,
I was like, that's fantastic. Anyway, back to the game. So Empire Strikes Back has moved on.
Yes.
Empire Strikes Back or Solo: A Star Wars Story?
I love Solo, but it's Empire. I love Empire. Yeah.
It's probably going to run the gauntlet. Empire?
It might.
Or The Force Awakens?
Empire, but I love The Force Awakens.
Okay. Empire or Rogue One?
See, that's what I was scared of. I'm still going to give it to Empire, but it's close. But it's close.
Well, then it's probably going to run the gauntlet, but let's see. All right, so Empire or The Rise of Skywalker?
Empire. It's not. That one's not close, but personal opinion.
Absolutely. Empire or Return of the Jedi?
It's Empire. I love Return of the Jedi, man. It's just Empire's so good.
Yeah, we got one more. Empire or Revenge of the Sith?
Again, close, but it's Empire.
There it is. Empire.
I think
wins
Empire is, from an objective standpoint, the best Star Wars movie. Yeah, but it can go any way. It can go a whole number of ways. I just think Empire's... And you know what? Actually, Return of the Jedi was close for me, too. I could have gone both ways on that, too. I love Return of the Jedi. Again, because think about like me and like the stupid characters and how much I love Jabba's palace and the whole... Oh my gosh. It is a treasure trove for me. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that. Well, there we go, man. Empire's the winner, and I'm assuming I'll ask. I mean, Phantom Menace would still.
Phantom Menace. Yeah. That is not because it's a better movie, by the way. That is because I love it. I just love it.
Yeah, I mean, there's movies, there's space wizards and stuff. Like at a certain point, just kind of have fun.
You gotta have fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right, dude. Thanks for coming on the show.
Of course, dude.
Everybody go follow at the Jawa Den on Instagram and let them know where else they can find you or what else you got going on in your world.
Yeah, all of my socials are the Jawa Den. Right now, it's mostly just Instagram and TikTok. You can find me on there. As Matt said, I do a lot of lore stuff, but do a lot of other things too. I've been able to be lucky enough to interview and collab with a lot of cool people. So if you're interested in Star Wars and any other things too, I kind of move outside of Star Wars sometimes, get into my other nerd interests. Go check me out. I'm not going to force you to, but YouTube's coming soon too. If you need something to lull you to sleep, stay tuned there. Get ahead. Go subscribe. But yeah, the Jawa Den on all platforms.
Give us the 5 hour...
I don't know if they can see my name, but...
Oh, it'll be down there. It'll be down there. Yeah. We'll give them give us the 5 hour cut of a deep explanation of every single Star Wars species ever.
I want to keep my sanity, Matt. I think I might narrow it down to... I'm going to try to get it to like...
That would be awesome.
20 minutes. I don't know if I can do that. I'm just going to have to rapid fire, but...
Well, you could do something. You could do like a long version. I don't want to tell you how to do your thing, but you could do like a full version and then like a short version where you just kind of like rapid fire say all the names and they're coming up with just like screen flashes.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're like, see? That's how many there are.
There's a lot. So... Stay tuned for that.
Right on. I'm excited. I will be the first. I will comment first.
Sweet.
Probably from the Force of Others page.
Okay.
But, all right, dude. Thanks for hanging out. We'll bring you back at some point for something, and I hope. Yeah, and hope to see you guys at Rebel ScumCon.
Oh yes, the Rebel ScumCon, and your guys are coming on once I get my podcast going. You guys are coming on too.
Done.
You and Zach.
Done.
Holding you to it. I'm not taking no for an answer.
Absolutely.
And yes, Rebel Scum. I'm hoping to be there too. So
absolutely, dude. That'd be great. All right, man. We'll see you there. And
thank you,
I'm
Matt.
Throw it back. Absolutely. I'm going to throw it back to me and Zach.
And we're back. Thanks for hanging out on the show today, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that conversation. Check back next week. We're going to have another normal episode with me and Zach back talking about Star Wars like we do every single Friday. If you want to get involved with words are hard when you're by yourself. If you want to get involved with what you just watched or listened to, give us a follow here on YouTube. Give us a 5-star review on your podcast catcher of choice. Like, subscribe, do all the silly YouTube things. Check us out on Instagram as well. And, before I was going to wrap up, I have a special announcement. Soon, premiering probably March 20th, we're going back to the Star Wars RPG world, where Zach has taken the GM seat this time, and he has taken us on an adventure into Vader's castle. It is myself, good friends Nolan Morales and Brian Lawson as Inquisitors raiding Vader's castle and going into the netherworld of the Force. We're calling it Vader's Shadow, and it is our 3rd Star Wars RPG actual play. Highly recommend that one. Very, very dark, very, very creepy, and Zach did a great job in the Game Master chair. But all that being said, hope you're having a wonderful week, and remember, we are not the Force of Others, you are, and the Force of Others will be with you, always.
The Force of Others, a Star Wars podcast.
Bring us in here in a second. I've got a really stupid intro prepared.
Oh, I'm so excited.